Welcome to Monmouth in Focus, the show that really is probably our main focus to be able to get the word out on some of the great things Monmouth County is doing and bringing in different organizations, not just government organizations, but outside entities that make the success here of Monmouth County. And today I'm fortunate enough to have one of our biggest partners here in probably many years because of being in this pandemic to get us through this very difficult time. And I have both of them here. And I have from RJ Barnabas, I have Eric Carney, and I also have David Stout from our Brookdale Community College. So I want to talk a little bit about our partnership because I think I probably have to say it's probably the number one partnership, and I could tell you this, and by all means, the partnership, the only thing that we hear back is great feedback. So Eric, I want to maybe if I could start it off with you and you could kick off how this all unveiled and where we're at, and then I'll let Dave, if you could speak a little bit about the Brookdale input and part of this.
Absolutely, thank you so much, Director. As we all experienced it, we were all part of it. It was really organic. We at Monmouth Medical Center, we started providing vaccine to the community in late December. The county was doing so as well. I think we both realized at that point, really, for us to get the vaccine into the community at the scale that we would want to, that we were going to need to do it together. And so a couple calls back and forth, and we connected with President Stout, and it was almost like it was like the perfect partnership. All three came together to really just start developing the plans to get the clinic open. Within 2 weeks, the teams were working together with the mindset of whatever we need to do to get this site live and operational. We were committed to do so, and it was an unbelievable team effort, but does not happen without you, Director, clearly President Stout, without you, and without Terry O'Connor, our county administrator. So just a great example of what can happen when we all come together.
Thanks, Eric. Dave, like always, I think you and I have been on numerous chats here together, and you've always been such a great partner here, but this was just another example of you and your staff coming together. So how did it work internally inside the college?
Thanks, Director. And I wanted to reiterate what Eric just said. It was teamwork is really what brought this all together. So getting a phone call from you and saying, I have this great idea. We have a partner, and then almost immediately got a phone call from Eric saying we have this idea and we have a great partner in the county. It really was just beautiful how it all came together and everybody saw the vision. Once we received that phone call, we identified the spot in our auxiliary gym, our Brookdale Recreation Center, and we put the right team in place who would be working administratively with the county and also with RWJ Barnabas, and really meeting every single day to talk through the logistics of how this was all going to work. So we found the space, we worked out the logistics, and we were committed to working together as a team. Couldn't state it more simply than that.
Thank you. That's great. So, there was two types of medical teams. Obviously, the Monmouth Medical team has been doing a great job. And really, how was that coordinated to be so successful, Eric? Because I gotta believe, or correct me if I'm wrong, this is something that we do pretty regularly, even in your world, coming outside the campus that you are in Long Branch and your other campuses, but coming out to another outside entity and putting it together so well. Your staff has done a great job.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for that, Director. From our standpoint, I think that when the team first met together, there were a lot of unknowns, but we wanted to make sure safety was core of what we were doing. So we started, as we would normally do anything, we started with our team of experts. We had experts from the county, we had experts from the hospital. We had, as I said earlier, we've been doing this for several weeks now, so we've really had a lot of learned experience. We brought in experts from the county from the college on operations, and we started to develop our systems and our processes. The storage requirements, the preparation of this vaccine is really complex. So what I love about what our teams did is they put together a really innovative way for us to be able to make sure we have the vaccine, it's stored appropriately, it's stored safely, it's prepared the right way, and then ultimately it's provided by our team of clinical experts that we have from not only the county, from the hospital, and our just core volunteers that have been amazing helping us get this together.
Thank you.
And we've, and I think it's important to note that when you think about bringing a large group of people together like this, there's a lot of concerns about the spread of COVID-19. And what I love about our team is they really took a proactive approach to just making sure we're doing the basics to keep everybody safe and to not, complicate this matter by even the situation by even spreading the virus further. So it's been just a great focus on safety and really just prioritizing what we have at the heart of our culture, which is just keeping people well and healthy.
Thank you. And Dave, I know that we were very fortunate because of the great student base that we have there, particularly in nursing, that you were able to utilize some of that to our benefit here.
Yeah, that's true. As you know, Director, we have one of the best nursing programs in the state. And I always brag we have one of the best nursing programs in the country. We had a little bit of a lack of clarity in terms of whether we would be able to use the nursing students and at what level they would have to be in order for them to get some experience working as vaccinators. And so we finally got guidance on that. And then we had clinical instructors who were willing to dedicate the vaccination site as a place where the nursing students could get direct experience and they could use it as a clinical experience for them. So it's been really wonderful for the students who've had that opportunity, not only to see the vaccination site in operation and to be part of the solution, but also to get direct experience in working in the vaccination site. And as you said before, we have so many incredible volunteers. So we have people from around the college and from the community who are coming in to volunteer.
So that's great. So, but there is still a lot of obstacles that we have to go through. Obviously, this site has to go by appointment only. And people have to realize we've launched out another new online scheduling system, which is available at visitmonmouth.com/health. Because of the limited number of vaccines, we have to go through this process here. Believe me, and I know that Eric and Dave both welcome this, that we are advocating, myself and the rest of the commissioners are advocating very hard to try to increase that distribution. And I've been a big advocate there by the distribution should be very clearly presented by population. And we are the 5th largest county in the state of New Jersey, and a credit that they have increased that. And there are other entities that are doing and providing this. But I have to end this and say to Eric and Dave, if it wasn't for your two partnerships, okay, there's not many things that or times that my email goes off pretty regularly from constituents that are only all positive. And I have to say, every person that leaves Brookdale and the process between both of you, the operations, and then of course, providing the vaccines, I haven't heard one negative thing there. And we've given out a lot of shots there. So this is a true public-private partnership. And I think it's the model through the state of New Jersey. And I want to thank Terry O'Connor. I want to thank my staff. And more importantly, I want to thank both of your staff, because if it wasn't for you, you guys really made us look good here. And I can't thank you enough. And hopefully we'll be able to just continue to go. This is going to be a period of time. And we're looking forward to continuing this great partnership with both of you. So I want to thank each and every one of you, and looking forward to seeing you on site there.
Thank you.
Thank you both as well.
Thank you.
With both my sons entering college, I knew financial aid was going to help. I never thought I would qualify too. I enrolled in Brookdale's culinary program and discovered a world of talent I never knew I had. After graduation, I landed an externship with David Burke's Fromagerie, and they hired me a month later. My name is Debbie Doran, and I came to Brookdale to learn a new skill. I never imagined it would take me this far.
At Brookdale Community College, community is our middle name. We support all students. And now we're proud to announce that you may be eligible for free tuition at our college. The Community College Opportunity Grant Program, or CCOG, is available to Brookdale students. paying the cost of tuition and other approved educational fees not covered by other financial aid. Families making up to $65,000, you could be eligible. Enroll now. Discover your success at Brookdale. Today, talk to a staff member to learn more.
My Brookdale experience might be a little different than some of the other students. I came to Brookdale originally to get my GED because I never went to high school. I had about a 5th grade education, and for a long time I really felt that my lack of education held me back. My experience in the GED program was very good for me. I wasn't necessarily alone. Brookdale was a way for me to alleviate that personal weight on my life and my shoulders.
Welcome to Monmouth in Focus, and it's the Monmouth County Commissioners show that really is able to provide the information on the great things that are going on here in Monmouth County and all the benefits that our residents have here. And it's not just a government show, it's a show also on a lot of other entities that we're very proud of to be partnered with. And today I'm joined by Commissioner Deputy Director and my partners, Sue Kiley and Dr. David Stout, President of Brookdale Community College, to talk about new and exciting partnerships between Brookdale, Monmouth County Division of Workforce Development. And so I guess the biggest question I'm going to ask you, the biggest thing that's really probably got everybody's vibes going is, what is the incumbent work training program? Could somebody jump in and dive into that?
Sure, Director. I could explain some of the basics, and then if Commissioner Kiley wants to jump in and fill in any gaps. Incumbent worker training program was established to help businesses to train their existing workforce in order to help to prevent layoffs and to remain competitive in the post-COVID economy.
Great. Sue?
What sparked this in the first place was throughout the pandemic, we've had so many people lose their jobs, many of whom have never lost a job before. And as we all know, our businesses have really suffered. So the Monmouth County Workforce Development partnered with Brookdale Community College Continuing and Professional Studies. And this partnership will help support the community businesses and their employees to recover from the pandemic and to move forward and be successful.
It's great. And I know that we put together like a training, you guys did. You put together a training program. And so, I mean, let's face it, the businesses were suffering. And obviously with that, a lot of people, as you mentioned, a lot of people were laid off and some businesses closed. And we, as commissioners, really stood strong on trying to assist them with funding. But this is the flip side of it. A lot of this training, and people now, because of the jobs, they had to move to different types of maybe careers. And so what type of training will be available to the businesses and their respective workforces?
So the training is available for businesses to help upskill their current employees' skill sets. And the topics where we really concentrate on are training in computer software, customer service. We have a CDL, commercial driver's license program, cybersecurity. We are a national center of excellence for cybersecurity training, manufacturing, and we have many, many more programs. But those areas of greatest concentration, computer science, customer service, cybersecurity, manufacturing are the top ones.
All big things that are really, really popular and booming here, especially here in Monmouth County. So obviously, the bottom line is people are out of work. So they're looking for a change in career. We offer the change of career, maybe training component of, but obviously there's the big hurdle of what is the cost of this program for the businesses?
So, Director, that's one of the beauties of the program. We are able to offer this program, the Incumbent Worker Training Program, at no cost to the people that are participating. The only thing that will happen is the employer will continue to pay the employees their wages during the training, but there's no cost to the trainee.
That's great. That's a home run. And, I don't know if other counties are doing this, but if they're not, they should take a look at this and probably mirror this and mimic this, because at the end of the day, the businesses, I feel I'm in business, and I feel that I don't mind paying my employees if you're increasing training that's going to benefit my business in the long run. So it's a plus there. So, again, I got to say, as I've said numerous times, and Sue, you and I have spoken about it many, many times, we're very fortunate. And it hasn't always been like that. So I want to emphasize that our partnership with Brookdale Community College it just seems like everything we do now, they're our partners with it. It's almost like maybe we should move into the same building. I don't know. But it's just, and, when I was here, when Dave was not here, and, Dave, I'm not saying this just because you're on this here, but on the call here, but you are by far the driving force that has put a lot of these things together. And we have such a great relationship. And Sue, would you not agree?
I totally agree. I heard a line a while back when Dave first joined Brookdale, and it was that he puts the community in Brookdale Community College. And I love that. I think that says it all, Dave.
What's made it a lot easier is we know that there's resources you'll need, Dave, in all these avenues. And we're willing to give you. There's not one of the free commissioners, I keep saying freeholders, commissioners there that when we sit at the table, and Sue, I think you'll attest to this, it's no questions, all five of us, it's unanimous, because we know there's going to be a benefit to whatever we're doing, or speaking about, or potentially funding or assisting funding. There will be a benefit to the people in Monmouth County. So who should the businesses reach out to for more information?
Well, first, before I answer that, if you don't mind, I just want to thank you for your comments about the relationship between Brookdale and the county. And I can't agree with you more. The relationship between the college and the county has been absolutely tremendous, and we appreciate your support in everything that we do. We at the college, we have a division called the Division of Continuing Professional Studies, and this is really the department or the division at the college that any interested parties would want to contact.
That's great.
Businesses that are interested in an incumbent worker training program should contact our dean, Joan Scacco at Brookdale, and her email address is jscacco, that's JSCOCCO at brookdalecc.edu, and we'll be very happy to help with whatever the business needs are.
That is great. And I guess in closing, I just want to thank everybody. And this is another benefit that we have here in Monmouth County. So I want to thank everybody and hope to see everybody very shortly. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Join us at Open House. We're looking forward to meeting you. You'll have an opportunity to meet with your faculty, get your questions answered, and meet with all of the student services offices.
In today's workforce, competition is fierce. If you need a competitive edge, earn a credential that sets you apart and brings you closer to your goals. At Brookdale, we offer a variety of short-term certifications in a wide range of fields. From social media and architecture to culinary arts and cybersecurity, we help you get trained, get certified, and get ahead. This is Brookdale. College redefined, success reimagined. Take your next step at brookdalecc.edu.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bill Burns, Associate Vice President of Educational Access and Innovation at Brookdale Community College. If you're unsure about your major, then Brookdale's the right choice for you. We have an option for undecided students that will enroll you in the liberal arts degree. There, you can take a course called CCSC 105, the College Success Seminar. This class is specifically designed for students like you. And by the end of the course, you'll have an academic and career plan that will get you into the right major. Visit the website for more information, and I hope to see you around campus.
Join us at Open House. We're looking forward to meeting you. You'll have an opportunity to meet with your faculty, get your questions answered, and meet with all of the student services offices.
welcome to Monmouth in Focus, the show that we provide here as commissioners here in Monmouth County to give information and disperse information out to the public. And we have numerous types of information that we go. It's not just government. It's a lot of private also, and partnerships that also that we have. But with that all to come, it becomes with the 5 commissioners that we have. And this year, this January, we were fortunate enough to have another commissioner join our board, and it's somebody I'm very excited to have, and we have him here today, and it's Ross Lasicha. And Ross, welcome.
Thank you, Director.
So you've been on the job now a few months, and I think it's probably enlightening. And I mean, it was for me when I came on, and I was in government for a while, so it was amazing. Some of how big we were, and the type of almost like a business corporation, I should say, we are. And so, how's your experience been so far?
Director, it's been great. As you know, and as a lot of the people in the public know, I've been a public servant my entire life. And this part of public service, of course, has been very different from what I did in the past. Most of my career was law enforcement through the prosecutor's office, and now with the Monmouth County SPCA. So I'm excited to learn a whole another portion of public service. And being a county commissioner really makes an impact on our residents here in Monmouth County. So being part of an already incredible board is thrilling to me.
Great. So, everybody has goals that they want to put together. And what are you looking forward to in your first term to serve as commissioner? Like, have you set yourself some goals that you like to achieve?
Yeah, again, going back to the public service model that I just talked about, my first goal as a county commissioner is to establish myself within the community and our constituents and our local county government people who work for us, and also our local leaders, our municipal leaders, and our state leaders. So my number one goal is to establish that base and really get intertwined in that part of the public, and know that I am here to do all I can with my other commissioners, to do as much as I can to facilitate and help as many programs to the public as much as we can.
Perfect. So we all as commissioners here have different departments, and they're called liaisons of those departments. So maybe you want to touch a little bit on who and what your departments are that you're liaison for.
Yeah, of course, the biggest part I have is the county parks. And as everyone knows, the Monmouth County Park System is a crown jewel in the state of New Jersey. So being the commissioner liaison to the parks and being intimately involved with them, we just had a long board meeting last night, lasted till late into the hours. And, being a part of that board and being a part of the parks is really important to me. The other departments I have is purchasing. I have the Belford Ferry. I have the Office of Emergency Management, which of course is crucial in times when we need the Office of Emergency Management. Of course, that falls right in line with my law enforcement career for 35 plus years. So it's, I have Office of the Clerk, which is great. And, it's learning all these new departments, and really it's amazing to see the amount of work that they do. One of the departments I have is the planning board. And I got to be honest with you, Tom, I never really realized how intimately involved the county planning board is, and how big it is, and how encompassing it is of what happens in this county every day. We're so fortunate, and I'm fortunate as a county resident, to have such consummated professionals on that board that oversee construction projects throughout the county and how it impacts us across all our lives. So it's really amazing to see.
So it's funny you touch on that, and you're so right when you bring that up. And people somewhat take those positions somewhat lightly because of the glamour, I guess you could say, of it. But I will say that I was told this a long time ago, and I served on. That was the first board I ever served on before I became a councilman, and then followed as mayor there for many years. Was I served on the planning board, and my mentor at that time told me it's the most important board in any municipality, and in this case, the county, because it's the future, it's the planning, and to make sure that you're moving forward in the right direction, because the precedents that you could potentially set if you make wrong decisions. So I agree with you totally. What do you expect? What do you see as some of the challenges? Listen, we know we're perfect here in Monmouth County, but there are some challenges that we all know that we have to deal with here. We have a great county, we have a great work staff, but it's tough times falling off this pandemic. there's a lot of things that we have to, are going to have to address.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. I think the toughest thing that we're all faced with, not only us on the county level, but municipal and state level, is reestablishing our communities, post-COVID. And, our businesses and many of our residents have really suffered the wrath of this, even if they weren't infected or sick financially across the board. And it's important in our mission as county commissioners to make certain that we can do all we can, especially our local businesses, to do all we can. I know that you have instituted with the board prior to me, giving out so much money to our local business, $48 million to our local businesses to help them get off their feet. And I can't tell you the feedback that I've gotten from some of our local businesses that were right on the edge of bankruptcy, and that money helped pull them out of that. So I think those are really important for the next 12 months to really reestablishing the lifestyle that we had prior to COVID. So that's my first goal, to work hand in hand with you and our other commissioners and our local leaders to get everybody back up and running. And then after that, you move into our other programs, like shared services and so many other great programs to keep our tax dollars low and keep Monmouth County as affordable and the best county in the state of New Jersey.
So Ross, I thank you for that. And it's we have a 5-member board, and we all have our specialties and we all have passions, and but that's a positive thing. And we don't let media drive our decisions, which is really important, because if you start doing that, you end up making the bad decisions and the wrong decisions. So we're a very strong-willed board, all 5 of us, but we work together. We don't always agree, but we work together and we come out for the same main goal for our residents of Monmouth County. So Ross, I am so looking forward to working with you. We're going to have a great career together, and we're going to get a lot of great things done along with the rest of our commissioners. And we're going to keep Monmouth County the best county that it is. And we truly are. It's not just words. We truly are the best county in the state of New Jersey. And it's something that it takes a board of 5 united to make that happen. So Ross, I want to thank you. Looking forward to working with you, and have a great day.
Thank you.